The Phoenix Suns are in an impossible situation right now. They don't own any draft picks going forward, including a top 10 pick in this year's draft. They're a second apron team. They have a very expensive roster for, a team that didn't even make the play-in tournament this year. They may have to trade Kevin Durant. There's going to be some calls for Devin Booker. They fired their general manager, fired their head coach as well. We are going to rebuild the Phoenix Suns and put a twist on it. We are going to trade Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I have done rebuilds in the past where I traded just KD or I traded just Devin Booker. We're going to trade both of them today, and we're going to completely rebrand the Phoenix Suns. Now, if I had to guess this offseason, I think they're going to trade Kevin Durant. I think there's going to be a lot of suitors for him. The most obvious one is going to be the Houston Rockets. I think the San Antonio Spurs can call for Kevin Durant. Who knows? Maybe there's a dark horse team out there like the Atlanta Hawks or the Orlando Magic. So I think he's as good as gone, and it makes sense given he's 36 years old and he's got 1 year left on his deal. I don't think Devin Booker is going to get traded, nor do I think they should trade Devin Booker. This is going to be the more of the fun style rebuild, right? I'm just putting the twist on it to have some fun around trading Devin Booker. And Anthony Edwards ends up with Western Conference Finals MVP. Karl Anthony Towns is your Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And the Timberwolves end up winning in 7. Both of them did win game 1, and that's right after I'm recording this. So LeBron does retire. I think he's got 1 year left in it. Same with Horford, Conley, and Chris Paul. Nick Batum, honestly, was really good in the playoffs as well. I think he's got a little bit more left in the tank. So the Pelicans actually won the draft lottery. I'm really excited to finally know the lottery, and I could do my real Cooper Flag rebuild probably on Monday or Tuesday, because the lottery's on Monday at I think 6:37ish. So we do not own our first round pick. We do have to give it to the Rockets there at pick number 10, which is kind of a shame. We do own a first round pick though, which is nice. We own it at number 30. That is via Minnesota from a very head scratching trade where they traded away their 2031 unprotected first round pick to the Jazz for 3 average picks. It swaps with the Cavs and the Timberwolves, good teams, so not really something to be excited about. And then they had to use one of them to get off the Yusuf Nurkic contract as well. So the Suns haven't announced their head coach yet. I wouldn't mind getting James Borrego to be the next guy for this team. So I'm going to offer James Borrego a deal. And because 2K will block everybody, this is how I pretty much get these assistant coaches. I'm pretty much going to allow these Suns to negotiate with him. And we are going to sign James Borrego as the next head coach of the Phoenix Suns. All right, so it is the night of the 2025 NBA draft. We've had so many changes to this draft as well, especially for around the range where the Suns are picking, because guys are going back to school left and right. Guys are declaring that maybe you didn't expect to declare, because all right, now there's a chance that they could be second round picks when they didn't think they could originally be one. So we're looking at this roster right now, and I do think we're gonna, as much as I would like to trade Booker and KD to the Eastern Conference, I don't know if it's gonna be that easy, because we got to do what's best for us, and I think I just got to take the best offer, even if they're staying in the West. So I'm going back and forth on maybe 2 realistic KD destinations. The Knicks are going to be linked to them. I don't think that they're going to trade for KD, but it would be something like this: OG Anunoby and Josh Hart. I actually think the Knicks maybe get worse with this deal, because OG is their only elite defender right now. Or I can get Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, and we're going to need guys that could score the basketball, especially if I trade away Devin Booker. But I think getting guys that can help me next year, like Harden and Anunoby, will be worth it. That Anunoby contract is massive. I mean, I would just probably end up flipping Rui, and I would have to extend Reeves, but I think I'm going to get Josh Hart and OG Anunoby for Kevin Durant. Yeah, so Kevin Durant is going to team up with Brunson, Mikal, Cat over there in New York. And I think I may wait to trade Devin Booker till after the draft, because if I'm going to trade him to the Houston Rockets, I want Jabari Smith Jr. in return. Now, I could call up the Spurs, and I could ask for pick 14 and pick 3 from them as well. I don't know if the Spurs would really be in the Devin Booker sweepstakes, though. I would want 3. I would want 14. I would probably want the rest of the Hawks picks, so 2027 and 2026. And Devin Vassell would have to headline the trade, and then I would also have to ask for, I guess, Keldon Johnson. Could we even, would I do this? I mean, I get the 3rd overall pick in this draft, which is kind of nice. And then I get Vassell, Keldon Johnson, and all the Atlanta picks going forward. So that's another lottery pick in this draft. Would they say yes to this? Okay, they say no. I think we're going to wait till after the draft. So since we're trading away Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, I mean, I think we could be competitive next year, but I'm going to go more upside here and take Noah Essengay, who I think is going to go a lot higher than 30 during the actual draft. And then I got Cam Jones in the 2nd round. I think this is an absolute steal for us. I thought about taking him at 30. So yeah, Cooper Flag ends up signing with the New Orleans Pelicans. So maybe we could do a Devin Booker for Zion Williamson type trade. We're going to decline the option on Misic right there. All right, so I'm going to do this trade with the Houston Rockets. I'm going to trade override it if they say no, because I do think this is fair enough. Devin Booker, Oso Ighodaro for Jalen Green, not getting Şengün. In my Rockets rebuild where I traded Şengün and Green for Giannis, people were not happy about that. But hey, Giannis is going to go for a lot. You're going to have to part ways with Şengün or Thompson, trust me. Jabari Smith Jr., we are going to also get in this trade. We're going to get Ace Newell, who they drafted with our pick there at number 10. And I'm getting Brooklyn's pick next year. Brooklyn's swap best in 27. And then my first, or our first back in 27. I do have to also include Oso Ighodaro in this trade. Actually, I don't. Do I think 3 firsts? Yeah, because Jalen Green lost a ton of value throughout the playoffs, and Jabari Smith Jr. is still kind of unproven, and Ace Newell hasn't played a minute yet, so I think that's fair. I may be getting robbed in this deal. So yeah, that photo right there, nobody's on that Suns team anymore. No Chris Paul, no Mikal Bridges, and no Devin Booker. I still think we could be kind of competitive next year with all the talent that we got back in a trade. I'm still looking for a point guard, but is Bradley Beal going to maybe turn back to what he was in 2021? Could he be a high-volume scorer for us at 32? We'll see. I'm going to make Josh Hart a small forward because I'm pretty sure he's going to go up. That may be the only positional change right now. I'm going to, I was hoping to include Grayson Allen in that trade with the Rockets, but they couldn't afford Grayson Allen's contract at the moment. And I'm basically going to send Grayson Allen to the Lakers for Gabe Vincent. I get a year off that deal, and I'm also going to save $5 million this year. I'm going to sign Ben Simmons to a 2-year deal. I don't own my first round pick next year, so I'm going to try to be competitive. And I just love having Bradley Beal on this team. The Pistons also have a ton of cap space right now, so I'm going to try to get 4 second-round picks out of them for Royce O'Neal, and I get off of that 3-year deal, and they get somebody that could be a nice 3-and-D piece around Cade Cunningham. I have a ton of wings next year with Jalen Green, Bradley Beal, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, a ton of wings potentially. I'm debating who I'm going to play at the 1. Bradley Beal might be the point guard to start off the season. Our defense, I don't know. I think it's going to be bad, but we do have OG and we do have good defenders on the team. Ooh, Bradley Beal, some mean regression right there. I'm going to re-sign Nick Richards to a 2-year deal worth $12 million before the season starts. And I'm going to release Jalen Bridges because nobody signed Steven Adams. So I'm going to sign Steven Adams to a 2-year deal if I can. Can we get him? Bang, there we go. All right, so yeah, I do think Bradley Beal is going to be the point guard, even though he's a 79 overall. We're going to have Josh Green at the 2. We're going to have Josh Hart as our 6th man, OG at the 3, Smith at the 4, Richards at the 5. I mean, Josh Hart, Ryan Dunn, Ben Simmons, not the worst defense in the world. I don't know if Gabe Vincent's going to play because I want to see what still some of the young guys could do this year. I mean, not a lot of shooting off the bench, I'll tell you that. Let's go 30 minutes to Josh Hart's off the bench. We can get Cam Jones, Asa Newell, and Essengate should all get minutes. Even Ighodaro, I'd like to get minutes, or Steven Adams. So, we do have a deep team right now. Yeah, I guess shout out Marquette, because we got a couple Marquette guys on the team. Am I really about to run out a 12-man rotation? I mean, possibly. And yeah, it's going to be Beal, Green, OG, Jabari Smith, and Nick Richards. All right, so we start off the season against some Western Conference teams. Jordan Poole for OG Anunoby, not going to do a major trade like that to start off the year. We did beat the Lakers by 24. Jalen Green had 33. We lost to the Blazers by 8. Anthony Simons had 36 against us. Bradley Beal had 29 to start off the year. And then Jalen Green had 32 against the Timberwolves. The backcourt defense with Green and Beal is not great. But hey, we're 2-2 to start off the year. We'll definitely keep an eye on how Houston and New York are doing this year with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. And then our first game here, 4-5 record against Devin Booker, his return to Phoenix. We blow them out. Jalen Green, 39 points against his former team. Jabari Smith, 21 points against his former team as well. Bradley Beal's not off to a terrible start this year. OG's shooting the ball 38% from 3. Josh Hart's been all over the place. Not a bad start this year for the Suns. I just want to be a play-in tournament team. All right, so we are 29-20 here at the deadline. So even though we traded away our top 2 players, we have a 4-point differential. We're at an 8-game winning streak. And that's with our defense, I think, being pretty solid this year. Yeah, we are the 5th-ranked defense in the Western Conference. And we are in the about average offensive ranking in the West. Our leading scorer has been Jalen Green, who is shooting 40% from 3, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He's been more consistent. Bradley Beal, I mean, he's not knocking down as many threes as I would like, but Bradley Beal's been pretty good for us this year, and I will take that out of him. Jabari Smith Jr., as I think earning himself another contract, or the first real contract for him here now in Phoenix. Josh Hart has been a great piece for us off the bench. OG, I mean, not as good offensively as you would like, but still a really good defender. I think we can upgrade at center at the deadline if that is a position of need. Ryan Dunn, Cam Jones, Asa Newell, and Noah Essengate. It's a lot of work in progress right there. But the fact that those guys are so raw and that aren't really giving us that much production, I'll take being 9 games above 500. And we're also going to have some nice money off the books this offseason as well with Vincent and Martin. That's about $20 million off the books. And then Beal, he has 1 year left after this year. So you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're 9 games above 500. We're on our way to being a play-in tournament team. I think we're just going to ride this season out. All right, so Wemby just won the 2026 MVP. I mean, that is possible. Cooper Flagg with Zion Williamson ends up getting Rookie of the Year. Josh Giddey ends up going to Orlando. He won 6th Man of the Year. I don't think we're going to get anybody on an All-NBA team. It would be kind of cool if Jalen Green got 13. That did not happen. No Devin Booker or Kevin Durant on any of the teams as well. There's Şengün over there in Houston with Amen Thompson. Okay, so both of them got it, but no Devin Booker. And Karl Anthony Towns on All-NBA 3rd team. Oh my God, he was incredible over there in New York with, I guess, KD around him. So we ended up as the 4 seed. How about that? We tied with the Knicks with the same seeding record, and we actually had a better seeding than the Houston Rockets a year after trading away Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. How about that? Devin Booker, I mean, put up all NBA caliber numbers. He was really good. 54, 43, 90 splits, 25 points, 6 assists. That's a really good team, and they also signed Malik Beasley as well. And the Knicks over there are the 4 seed. They're starting Josh Okogie at the 3, KD at the 4, Cat at the 5. They picked up Max Strus, probably in a trade for Mitchell Robinson this year. So we are definitely going to trim down the rotation come playoff time. Shout out to Bradley Beal, man. Not a bad year for Bradley Beal with no Devin Booker and KD here. Makes you think. They didn't really fit well to start. Jalen Green and him combined for 44 points tonight. Jabari Smith Jr., I think, took strides this year on both ends of the floor. OG Anunoby, 35 from 3. Elite perimeter defense, I'll take that. Josh Hart should have won 6th man of the year. Richards is going to be our starting center for the playoffs. Simmons will get minutes off the bench. Probably done. Maybe Newell. And then I don't really know who else, because we honestly have no shooting coming off the bench, and I'm okay with that. I don't expect to win it all this year. Cam Jones was pretty disappointing, so yeah, he's not going to play for us in the playoffs. Noah Essengate was pretty disappointing this year as well. He's not going to play. Maybe it is redundant to have Asa Newell in there. So yeah, we are going to have like the worst floor spacing bench ever, I think, with Hart, Dunn, Simmons, and Adams. I'm fully aware of that. Let's go 36 to Beal, 37 to Green, 36 to OG. We're going to do 35 to Smith. Let's go 30 to Hart. We're going to do 29 to Richards. And then I can go a couple more here to the end of the bench. So we're taking on the OKC Thunder. I mean, not an easy matchup in round 1 whatsoever. It's a really good team. Who knows, though? Maybe we could pull off the upset. Just got to learn what Denver did against OKC. I'm recording this after game 1 happened. I mean, this has been such an entertaining playoff so far in real life. We had a 5.6 point differential. Damn, that would have put us as number 2 in the Eastern Conference. Game 1, we actually won. 119. Oh my God, Bradley Beal balling out like it's 2021. How about that? That is incredible. What a story that is. And we win game 2. Jabari Smith Jr., 29-10, showing why the Thunder maybe should have taken Jabari over Chet Holmgren. Game number 3, we do lose this one. So every home team has won so far. Like, getting home court in this series might be huge. We do lose game 4, damn, by 1 point. Beal at 31. Oh, that sucks. So game 3, we lost by 18. Game 4, we lost by 1. And we do lose 3 in a row by 2. The last 2 games, a combined deficit of 3 points. That sucks. Game 6, and we do lose in 6. We lost by 8 here, and we got outscored by 12 in the 4th quarter. So we really choked that lead. I think we easily could have won that series in 5, and that didn't happen, or in 6. OG was pretty bad in the playoffs. Beal was good. Green did struggle a little bit inside the 3-point arc. Josh Hart was oh my God, Josh Hart averaged 18. But the goal this year was to give or to make sure that whoever has our first round pick, they're not getting a good one out of it. I think it's the Brooklyn Nets, or I don't know. I didn't get my first round pick back in that trade. As the Timberwolves beat the Bulls in 7. Who did the Bulls get? AJ Mitchell, John Collins, Zach Collins. What? How did that team go to the finals? I don't know. LeBron ends up retiring. Al Horford, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul as well. 3 guys heading to the Hall of Fame. I feel like Al Horford, I think he's going to make it in real life. So who owns our pick this year? We own Brooklyn's pick at 17. Oh no, we do own our first round pick. It's there at 11 via Memphis. I think it might have been a swap. Yeah, I think it's a swap with the Magic. So if we were worse than the Magic, that they would have got this pick, but the Magic were also pretty bad this year. They had a top 10 pick. So that actually gave us the 11th overall pick in this draft. And then I also own the 17th pick via Brooklyn. The Hornets own our pick at 25. That is from the Yusuf Nurkic salary dump. Honestly, James Borrego did a great job in his first year as the Suns head coach. And I'm going to do this trade with the Memphis Grizzlies. They want to take a chance on Ben Simmons, who honestly did show flashes last year. Oso Ighodaro and pick 45. I'm getting Scottie Pippen Jr., who's coming off a solid year for them, and a 2027 unprotected first round pick. I have 2 firsts here, and one of them is in the lottery. AJ Debance goes to the Spurs. Okay, so the Spurs are just going to be unreal. The Knicks at number 2, they take Cameron Boozer. 2K still hasn't fixed that Washington Wizards protections. The Lakers, since LeBron retired, just traded the 3rd pick for Jimmy Butler and pick 30. I think the Warriors fleeced there, getting Darren Peterson for Jimmy Butler. And the Thunder just traded for DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine on draft night. What is going on? So I don't know if I want to add a shooting guard. Like right now we do have Jalen Green. I don't think Bradley Beal is going to be here forever. We do need a center, and that could end up being JQ, Jaden Quintance. We could take Koa Pete as well, Michael Merson, even Popovich, but he might go later in this draft. A lot of good guards in this class. I mean, we could still look for a point guard. Like I could, I'm going to draft Braden Burries here. Or do I think he's going to make it to my next pick? Yeah, I'm going to take JQ here, and then I'm going to hope Braden Burries makes it to my next pick. There's Michael Merson. Honestly, if Burries doesn't go here, I may trade up for him. 13th pick for Okongwu. They take Malik Thomas. I don't think the Warriors are actually going to take a point guard. Like, I don't think Denver's going to take a point guard either. New Orleans might. I mean, if they take... Okay, they don't. So he did fall to our next pick. Let's go. I didn't need to trade up. We're going to take Braden Burries here out of Arizona. All right, so JQ and Braden Burries, we are both going to sign those guys. Bradley Beal, it's a player option, so we're going to be realistic here, and we're going to bring him back. Ryan Dunn and Cam Jones as well. Jabari Smith Jr., we are going to pay some money to this offseason. Cody Martin's gone. Gabe Vincent's gone. And yeah, we will be bringing back Jabari Smith. So right now going into the season, like we got, I think, 3 centers. We're fine with that. We're going to bring back Jabari Smith. We have plenty of wings right now. And I'm going to actually trade away Ryan Dunn. We're going to try to sell high on his value, on his defensive value, now that he's on a rookie deal. He does have 2 years left of the rookie contract. I'm going to get a 2029 Milwaukee swap vest with Boston via Washington. So Ryan Dunn is going to be a Washington Wizard. And we're going to open up a little bit more minutes off the bench. So let's renounce the rights on Martin, Vincent. We do have some trade exceptions as well, but probably not going to use them. And if you look at our draft capital, it's not bad right now because in 2027, I have my pick back from the Devin Booker trade. We have a swap vest with Houston and Brooklyn. Maybe one of the teams will be bad. I now have a Memphis first and a swap horse between Minnesota and Cleveland, which is probably going to be very late in the draft. All right, so I offered Jabari Smith Jr. a 2-year deal worth $67 million. Pretty good. And then it has a 3rd year at around the same average annual salary, but it has a team option on it. So we'll see how he's going to play. He does go up to an 88 overall. Nobody regresses, which is nice. After the year Beal had, he didn't regress. And then a lot of the young guys are progressing also. So we could re-sign Jalen Green before the season starts. I want to see how this year goes. Josh Hart is a team option. This is Beal's last year. I could re-sign OG. I'm not going to do any of that right now. Maybe around the deadline. All right, so we are going to run with Bradley Beal as the 1 again. Green at the 2. I think it's going to be like the same starting 5, but Richards is going to play probably less now that I drafted a center high. And it is nice to have Scottie Pippen Jr. off the bench. So I think Josh Hart can get 27 minutes. We're going to go like 17 to Pippen. We'll go, I think, like 15 to Newell. We'll do about 10 to Essengay, 10 to Quintance. We're going to do, I think, 10 to Cam Jones. I'm not going to play Braden Burries right now just because we do have, I think, Scottie Pippen Jr. getting a decent amount of minutes. And then maybe I'm going to go, how many more minutes to JQ? Let's go about 15 to him. So that's going to be the rotation right now. Jabari Smith Jr. can even play some floor spacing 5. We start off the season on the road here against the Toronto Raptors. 2 Eastern Conference games to start off the year. We have a really good start there. We end up winning by double digits against the Raptors on the road. Can we beat Cleveland on the road as well? Yes, we can. 104-98. Jalen Green with 23. OG with 21. That's what I'm talking about. We beat the Blazers. Okay, a 4-0 start for this Phoenix Suns team. And then we just blew out the Lakers with Jimmy Butler. OG off to a great start this year. All right, so we're here at the trade deadline, and we're not as good as we were last year. We are 26 and 23. Maybe we are seeing a little bit of Beal regression, but honestly, he's going out with a bang here in Phoenix, which we like to see. There's Jalen Green at the 2, OG at the 3. Another solid year from OG. I think Jabari Smith Jr. is taking the steps in the right direction. Maybe the center position is what we can look to upgrade at the deadline, because I don't mind trying to make a little bit of a run this year. But to be honest with you, I may just wait until the offseason once that Beal contract is up and I have way more flexibility with what I want to do. I mean, Jalen Green might opt out as well, and then we can maybe make a trade on draft night, because like Josh Hart also has a team option, because we could probably make a big move on draft night and absorb a max deal. All right, so Luka Doncic signed with the Hawks. He just won MVP. Rookie of the Year is Cameron Boozer. Josh Giddey, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby Depoy. Stephon Castle, Most Improved. So they're getting some awards. And Trae Young, since Luka Doncic came in, he ends up going to the Sacramento Kings. Jason Kidd gets Coach of the Year. Luka, an All-NBA first team. Here's All-NBA second team. There's Cooper Flagg. There is no Devin Booker in sight. And Kevin Durant did not retire. I'm not sure, though, if he actually re-signed with the New York Knicks or not. And we ended the year as a 5 seed. The Houston Rockets did not even make the play-in tournament. Wait, I have a swap with them in Brooklyn. What? How is that team going 37 and 45 with this talent, 1 through 6? Even 1 through 8, 1 through 9. Like, oh my God, this is a great team. Maybe they don't have a backup center, and that's why. Maybe 2K just doesn't like Devin Booker in Houston. I don't really know. And the Knicks were a play-in tournament team over there in the Eastern Conference, so they did not bring back Kevin Durant. I'm like pretty sure he didn't retire. Yeah, Kevin Durant ended up signing with the LA Clippers on a 1-year deal. So he was only a Knick for 1 year. I would say that was a pretty good return for us. So we're going to take on the Pelicans in round 1, a rematch from the 2022 playoffs in round number 1. This time though, we may lose because they got Zion, Cooper Flagg, and De'Aaron Fox. I do think they are a better team than us, at least on paper right now. Our leading scorer this year was Jalen Green, and then everybody kind of followed suit after him. And if we look at our point differential this year in the Western Conference, 4.7, still solid. How many wins did we get last year? 51, actually 51 wins, back-to-back years. So for the playoff rotation, we are not going to play, I think, Cam Jones. Do I want to play Noah Essengay? I don't think so either. So it's going to be JQ, Newell, Pippen, Hart, who's going to get like 30 minutes a night. We're going to go about 28 minutes to Nick Richards. Let's go 34 to Jabari, 33 to OG, 33 to Beal, 35 to Jalen Green. Round number 1 here against the Pelicans. We do lose game 1. We lost in round 1. Now, last year, they didn't make the playoffs here in 2025, but they did lose in round 1 in 2024 to the Timberwolves. We do win game 2 and game 3. Bang. We win the first one at home. 69 points combined between Beal and Green. Very nice. We do end up winning a defensive dogfight in game 4, 89 to 80. Game 5, we win, and the Phoenix Suns get a playoff series victory for the first time since the 2023 season. So now we get a rematch with the OKC Thunder, the team that eliminated us in 6 games last year. They no longer have Isaiah Hartenstein. Maybe they flip. Nope, they still have DeMar DeRozan. I don't know why they traded draft capital for DeRozan and Levine, but they did. We do lose game 1 by 1, man. Do you remember last year we lost by 2 and we lost by 1 against them? We beat them by 8. Wow, what a fourth quarter comeback. I would be pissed if I were them. Game 3 goes to the Suns, 129-121. So they outscored us by 11 in the fourth, and we still won by 8 points. 30 for Green, 25 for Beal. He's going to make me have to re-sign him at the end of the year. Game 4 goes to the Suns, 134-122. Jalen Green with the 50-piece. Oh my God. 2K loves Jalen Green. I don't know if he's ever going to do that in real life, but wow. A 50-piece for Jalen Green in the playoffs, and we beat him in 5. The Phoenix Suns are 8-2. In their first 2 rounds here in the 2027 playoffs. Green, Beal, and Jabari Smith have been incredible here as a big 3. Who would have thought? 17 Pacers, 18 Hornets, Denver and Suns. This is what, a rematch of the 2021 playoffs where it was Suns in 4. Let's see what happens here. We win game 1, 128-125. Beal with 32, Jabari with 25. We lose game 2, 114-100. They got Jaden Ivey and... Wait. What is this team? Harden, Ivy, Kispert, Bam around Jokic. Excuse me? Did they sign Harden for the minimum? How is he on this team? No, he's making max money. Ivy signed for the minimum. Okay, because it was like you could only move Porter Jr. and Murray if you kept everybody else, including Gordon and Jamal Murray. Or if you just traded Jamal Murray. Michael Porter Jr. is on the Miami Heat. Okay, so that was a Bam trade. Where is Jamal Murray? He's in Brooklyn. Okay. Yeah, the Nuggets look a lot different than what they do currently. And he was traded. Maybe they signed Harden, and he was traded for Harden. Like, that could have been the case. Game number 3, we end up losing this one, 116-112. Green at 38 or 36. Either way, I could just check what that trade was actually. Markkanen was traded for Poole. Yeah, Murray for Harden. I don't know if I agree with that one. We do win game 4. We have ourselves a series. Beal with the 40-piece. How old is Beal? 33. Giving me a 40-piece in the playoffs. In the conference finals. 131-113. Jalen Green with 35. Do not blow a 3-2 lead. Oh my God, we're going to a game 7. We got blown out, embarrassed in game number 6. Jokic with a 30-point triple-double. Here we go. Game 7 of the 2027 Western Conference Finals. We got 4 first-round picks. We got cap flexibility coming in the offseason. But I want to go to the NBA Finals this year, and we're doing so. Jabari Smith Jr. with 33-11. Jalen Green with 24. Beal with 20-7. And the Phoenix Suns are in the NBA Finals on the backs of Jalen Green getting Conference Finals MVP. 5-seeded Suns versus these 7-seeded Pacers. What a rebuild this has been. I did not expect to be this good this quickly, but I did have in mind that I didn't want to enter into like a full rebuild total reset. We get blown out by 20 here in game 1. I'm not sure if I should trim the rotation a little bit. Like JQ, yeah, he's not been great. We're going to go like 8 minutes to him. Newell's actually been pretty solid. He can stay with that. Pippen, I think, is going to get like 15 minutes a night. He's been kind of bad. So let's go 32 to Hart. We'll go 30 to Richards. We can go 38 to Green. 36 to Jabari. Game number 2, kind of must win, and we do win this one, 141-135. Green 39, Beal 28, Jabari 27. Game 3 goes to the Pacers, 133-95. Jalen Green at 36. Game 4 goes to the Pacers. Damn, so we're going to make it to the finals. So unfortunately, I don't know. Can I do some reverse psychology here? Come on, a reverse jinx. No, we could not force a game 7. We lose in 6, and Halliburton gets Finals MVP. What a shot he hit in game 2 against the Cavs this year. There goes Kevin Durant. Suns legend ends up retiring. I don't really know if you can consider him a Suns legend. He retires same time Draymond Green retired and Paul George. And here we are in the 2027 draft lottery. Only 1 pick though. I don't think that's true. I think we should get that 9th overall pick. Like, I think that's going to be us from the swap. And then we'll get Memphis's lottery pick there at 14. And we end up getting number 10 via Houston from the swap. We're also going to get 28 via Cleveland and my first round pick at 24. So 10, 14, 24, and 28. Not the best, not the worst. But yeah, James Borrego's first year overachieves with us, gets us to the playoffs. And then year 2, NBA Finals. Like, are you kidding me? All right, so we are going to have, like I said, a pretty open cap sheet. I do have 4 first round picks, which I maybe either want to consolidate or move. All right, I'm going to try to trade for Ivica Zubac to be my starting center next year. Could I do Scottie Pippen Jr., Nick Richards, and 24, 28, and both my seconds for Zubac? They're going to agree to that, who has 1 year left on his deal. All right, so I took some high upside wings here in the draft. I got Taj Ariza, actually, sons of former New York Knicks. Taj Ariza, son of Trevor Ariza, and Kyan Anthony, the son of Carmelo Anthony. Jalen Green opts out as expected. We are going to try to work on a new extension with him. And Bradley Beal for like $13 million. Like, why do I want to bring him back? I mean, we just went to the finals. I'm going to give Jalen Green a nice max deal. And you know what? I'm going to bring back Bradley Beal on a 1-year deal as well. Welcome back. And then I'm actually going to do this trade before the season starts. I just drafted Kyan Anthony. I'm going to move him with OG Anunoby, who is, 30 now, and the swap that we got for Ryan Dunn in exchange for Trey Murphy, who I may actually flip, so bear with me. But I'm getting Asar Thompson, who is going to basically replace OG Anunoby. And then I'm going to trade Trey Murphy for Emmanuel Quickly to be my starting point guard next year. So yeah, this team's going to look a little bit different. Quickly at the 1, Burries at the 2, Ariza, well, this is what? Wait, I'm confused. No, this is, okay, not showing Beal and Green. We're going to have those guys at the 2. I would like to bring back Cam Jones as well. I'm going to sign Isaiah Joe to like a 2-year deal. Just a nice like bench piece. And Quinn and Post to a 1-year deal as well. So Cam Jones comes back on the QO. Jalen Green is a 91. Zubac 89. Jabari does not go up from an 88. JQ's up to an 81. All right, so I don't think Essengay or Ariza is going to crack the rotation this year because I want Quickly to play. I want Green to play a decent amount. And yeah, I think that's going to be the 5 of Quickly, Green, Thompson, not Ahmed, but Asar, Jabari Smith, and Zubac with a bench of Hart, Beal, JQ, and Asen Newell, as well as Braden Burries. And we have started off the season 4-2. We just scored 158 points in overtime against the Magic. All right, so Zubac averaged 11.5 points, 9 rebounds so far up to the deadline, but maybe he's not super happy in this role. Josh Hart, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4.5 assists, shooting 36 from 3. Like, I do see that there could be some floor spacing issues with this team. But honestly, we're 31-19. That is our best record at the trade deadline yet. 31-19 though. We can't get into this top tier teams, which it's an exclusive club right now of the Mavericks, Pelicans, Spurs, and Warriors. Why, whenever I get Quickly, he sucks. He sucks. Why can I never get a good year out of Emmanuel Quickly? Damn. I'm going to re-sign Josh Hart to a 2-year deal worth around $40 million right now. So let's do that. It takes him to his age 34 season. All right, so I don't think we're going to have as good of a regular season as we did last year. We're going to end up as the 6th seed in the Western Conference. So maybe we're kind of stagnant right now. I know I made some massive changes after making it to the conference or to the NBA finals where like Nick Richards didn't come back. Bradley Beal went to the bench. Nikola Jokic replaced Zubac in Los Angeles, so I'm sure they're fine with that. Here's All-NBA second team and All-NBA third team, couple OKC Thunder there. So like we still have a tough road in the West. I mean, New Orleans, who has like a double-digit point differential, that is an impossible round 1 matchup. Not like impossible, but I just mean like in a bad way. We're going to really need Jalen Green, I think, to take over this team right now. And Emmanuel Quickly was very disappointing. So, yeah, I don't think he's going to play a ton of minutes in the playoffs. A part of me wants to just put Bradley Beal back in there, honestly. I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to bench Quickly. He's going to get like 15 minutes a night, and we're going to get Bradley Beal back at the point guard spot. Who would have thought I'm relying on Bradley Beal in the year 2028. So that means like, oh man, Braden Burries shot the ball very well this year. I don't know if I could bench him. But I think I may have to if I'm going to keep Quickly. So yeah, we're going to do that. These 3 can get 15 minutes a night. We'll go 25 to Hart, 33 there, 34 to Jabari Smith, 32 to Asar Thompson. We'll go 37 to Jalen Green. Round 1 against the Pelicans. I mean, we were just in the NBA Finals. I'd like to win in round 1, and we do just that. Wow. I don't know if we came back down 3-1, but Bradley Beal, man. What is going on? Oh, man. Beal, and even the front court played really well with Jabari Smith. He averaged 17, shot 47 from 3, and Zubac, 18 and 8, shot 74% from the field. So we ended up winning game 1. We went down 2-1. Okay, then we tied it 2-2. We scored 155 here. We go up 3-2. They forced a game 6, and we actually won game 7. So we're taking on Memphis here, who beat Golden State in round number 1. Good Golden State team. So all the top point differentials, or at least 2 of them, go down. We're tied 1-1 here. 2-1 Memphis. 3-1 Memphis. and we're going to lose in 5. All right, that is pretty disappointing. Honestly, I wasn't that scared about that Memphis team, but we end up going down that early. And I did move a decent amount of draft capital last offseason. The Mavericks win in 6. VJ Edgecombe is your finals MVP. Okay, so I don't know. We really have to... Oh, I didn't even realize that was Luka versus the Mavericks in the finals because he was on the Hawks. There goes Steph. We're going to have to make, I think, some interesting moves here because we took a little bit of a step back this year. Maybe we overachieved in 2027. Draft lottery time. The Nets are going to get the #1 overall pick via Washington. Trailblazers 2 via Milwaukee, and 3 Hornets via Miami. Shout out Terry Rozier. We do have to give the Knicks our first round pick at 21. Not sure if I gave them that pick or it ended up getting sent to them in a different deal. And I think Braden Burries is going to be our starting point guard next year. So I'm going to swap Emmanuel quickly and pick 56 for Trey Mann, and we're going to save a little bit of money there as well. So we ended up taking Edgar Wagner there with pick 45, the #1 overall pick. Giovinco from Italy. Yeah, #1 overall pick. Center, 84 overall. Glad he's in the East. Gonna pick up the team options on everybody here. Qualifying offers, Cam Jones and Quinton Post can get that. We do have one notable free agent, and that's Zubats that I want to bring back. And I have to give Beal another one-year deal. He played too well. I mean, Zubats wants way too much money, but I'm going to have to give him that. Wow, okay, he did not accept that. Like, his initial asking price is $40 million. Like, no, I'm not giving you that. I'll give you $35 million. Wow. Am I really gonna have to overpay for Zubats? I think so, which kind of sucks. I guess he was playing on bargain contracts his whole career. He doesn't want something like that again. I'm gonna pick up Aaron Nesmith on a 2-year deal. Come off the bench, or probably won't even crack the rotation, but it's a nice piece to have. All right, I think I'm gonna try to make a trade here. Asar Thompson, Noah Essengate, and Isaiah Joe for Franz Wagner. They're going to say yes to that. So, yeah, Asar Thompson doesn't last too long on this team because I think I get somebody with way more scoring upside for us next year, which I do believe we need. Because I think sometimes having, like, Hart, Zubats, and Asar out there at the same time doesn't really give you good offensive talent. Great defensively, but Franz is also a good defender. So, Burries is going to be the starting one. We're going to have Green at the 2, Wagner at the 3, Smith at the 4, and Zubats at the 5. And we got a good bench. All right, so I'm hoping this is the year we can go back to the NBA Finals, but actually maybe have a better chance at winning it. I don't know if we got lucky playing. It was like a 7-seeded Pacers team, right? Yeah, like I think this is the team that could put it all together. JQ is going to get 18 minutes a night. We're going to go 30 to Zubats for the regular season. Josh Hart, you can get like 23 minutes a night. Beal and Mann are probably going to split some minutes here. Newell can get around 13 minutes a night. So yeah, we're going to stick with the 10-man rotation. Like Ariza's not even cracking it. Burries can get 28 minutes. We'll go 33 to Franz, 33 to Green. And then we actually can go 30 to Jabari Smith. Let's go win a title here in 2029. And we're here at the trade deadline. There we go. I wanted to be in that exclusive club, the double-digit point differential. 16.8 this year. Us and the... Oh, that would be cool. Us and the Magic in the finals. Franz versus his old team. We have a really good squad. Braden Burries is kind of blossoming and breaking out as a point guard right now. Not making any trades. Let's go get the 1 seed. All right, so Wemby wins MVP. That Italian center rookie ends up rookie of the year. Harrington, 6th man of the year. Wemby, Depoy. Burries most improved. There we go. So we do get an award. And Darko Rajakovic of the Magic, coach of the year. So it's not James Borrego. They won 63 games. Giannis is a Laker. It's probably going to happen one day, right? Now that Luke is a Laker, I'm sure Giannis will be a Laker one day. We capture that 1 seed in the Western Conference. We're going to be taking on Anthony Edwards and the 8-seeded Timberwolves. We're in a really good spot right now. 61 wins. There was 3 teams in the exclusive double-digit club in the West, 2 in the East. The Magic and the Hawks were really good over there. So taking a look at the stats, our leading scorer ended up being Jalen Green, followed by Burries, Franz Wagner, Jabari Smith. There's Bradley Beal. Man, he's aging like fire. I did not think I was going to keep Bradley Beal around, but here we are. So, do I want to play Trey Mann? No, he was good. I feel like I do want to play Trey Mann off the bench. Do I not play Asa Newell then? Maybe not, because I want to stick it to a 9-man rotation. We're going to go 15 to Mann and Beal. 18 to JQ is fine. I might go down to 20 for Josh Hart. Let's go 32 to Zubats, so then maybe 16 to JQ. Yeah, it's fine. Let's go 33 to Jabari, 37 to Franz, 37 to Green, and we can go 35 to Burries right there. Please beat Minnesota in round 1. Oh my god, they're up to what? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How? Oh my god. We just won how many games to lose in 5 in round 1? 61 games? What? Oh god. Game 1 we lose by 3. Game 2 by 2. Game 3 we blow them out. Game 4 they blow us out. And at 52, he averaged 37. In game 5 we lost by 12. What's the point of that good regular season? Oh my god. Jalen Green did not show up at all. Franz did not show up either. Damn. Not gonna lie, pretty disappointed for this season that we lost in round 1. All right, so now I'm gonna have the question to myself: as Edgecombe might win back-to-back Finals MVPs. Wow, shout out. Okay, Scoot Henderson Finals MVP. They got Scoot and Edgecombe over there. That's kind of fun. And AD just got another ring in his career. I guess another 2 since they won it last year. And then we're going to have some Jalen Green conversations. Can he be a number 1 for us in a playoff series? So I do not own my first round pick. That's going to go to the Rockets at number 28. And I wonder also, is James Borrego the guy? Or could we maybe upgrade head coach going forward? I mean, Borrego has brought us pretty far. So you know what? I should probably re-sign him. And you know what? I thought about trading Jalen Green, but I'm going to try to win it with him. Because I feel like we have a really good team around him. I also had the 20th pick and I took Lee out of China. Where did that pick come from? If I go back to the lottery to see, that pick came from the Cavs. Shout out to the Donovan Mitchell trade and then the Jazz trade. So we're gonna pick up all these team options here. We do have like a Taj Ariza trade piece. Asa Newell and Cam Jones can get the qualifying offers. Bradley Beal, he's just collecting these 1-year checks from us. Let's give him a 1-year deal. Cam Jones and Newell are restricted. Tatum is a free agent. Stay in the East, please, Tatum. I mean, do you want to team up with your St. Louis buddy Bradley Beal on the minimum? Nope. All right, so Beal and Mann are going to probably split minutes throughout the regular season. Newell can get 10 minutes. Like, yeah, not even going to get Taj Ariza minutes in here. I guess we could see. Let's go 20 minutes to JQ, or let's go 22, and we could do 26 to Zubac. He's not going to be happy with that. 32 to Smith, 33 to Franz, 33 to Green, 33 to Burries. We can go 33 there. 2 more minutes. Let's give it to Bradley Beal, and let's hope that this team can be a 1 seed like we were last year, but actually win it all this time around, or win a playoff series, I should say. All right, so Cooper Flag just won MVP. Jason Crow, Rookie of the Year. Cade, 6-man. Wemby, Depoy. All right, slap in the face there. Kai and Anthony. Okay, maybe they won the Asar Thompson trade. He balls out and wins Most Improved. We won 63 regular season games. I don't know what was a more disappointing playoff loss. The 2022 Suns losing in round 2 in game 7 to the Mavericks and getting blown out, or last year's Suns team that were the 1 seed and we lost in round number 1. This year we get the 1 seed again. Is Devin Booker just like not winning any games in Houston? They went 35 and 47. Yeah, it's just not. I don't know why 2K hates the Rockets with Devin Booker. They would be definitely a top 4 seed in the West at the minimum. So Braden Berries is actually kind of turned into our number 1 guy. All right, I'm glad I didn't trade him after year 1 where I didn't really get to play him a ton. Beal's numbers, man, feels good. Feels good at 36 years old. So I think for the playoffs, like, it's probably not worth having Trey Mann and Bradley Beal, but they're both so efficient. So I'm going to go like 13 minutes to Mann. We're going to go like 18 to Beal and Hart. I'm going to go 20 to JQ, 26 to Zubac, who now that he got paid is happy and he doesn't really care about the playing time. So let's go 35 to these guys. And I think I'm going to go 36 to Berries. And I'm going to go, do I play more to Jalen Green? Do I play more to Jabari Smith? Maybe I'll just go 2 more to Zubac right now. If we take a look at the standings from this year, this team had a 14.5 point differential. And then the Warriors and the Pelicans were the other best teams. The Clippers, I know, have Nikola Jokic. They have an older Kawhi. They have Miles Uzan from Houston. They have Ayo Dosunmu, and De'Aaron Fox, and Peyton Pritchard, and Max Christie. This is a good team. Okay. They have Wendell Carter Jr. and Kevin Porter Jr. off the bench. Honestly, if we lost to them, I wouldn't have been as shocked as losing to the 18 last year. That I'm already forgetting who beat us. It was Minnesota, right? Franz, 25, good series there. Braden Berries, 20. Now we're taking on the Dallas Mavericks, who have won the last 2 NBA Finals. They don't have Anthony Davis, or he's coming off the bench, and it is the latter. They have Amari Williams, so another Kentucky guy. Please don't lose to them. Thank you. We win in 5. Deja vu, PTSD from the 2022 series, which that actually would have been right on par, right on cue. But yeah, we end up advancing. All right. Conference Finals, something we were here a couple years ago. This is a good Pelicans team around Zion and Cooper Flag. We win game 1. We win game 2. Do not blow a 2-0 lead. Bang, we win in 5. Let's go, man. Let's go. So the 8-seeded Clippers have actually given us our toughest test so far. Jalen Green went off for 27. And we're taking on Franz Wagner's old team, the Orlando Magic. Asar Thompson versus his old team. It's good. Let's just see if we can win. We win game 1. We win game 2. We win game 3. Let's go. Do not blow a 3-0 lead. All right, let's go. So the Clippers brought us to 6 games to start things off. And then we won in 5 the next 3 series. Braden Berries, Finals MVP, the 17th overall pick back in that 2026 draft. And the Phoenix Suns win a title. I mean, it took me a little bit longer than what I envisioned. I mean, we were in the finals, 2 years ago? We were in the finals 3 years ago in 2027, which is basically 2 years removed from me trading away Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. So that is going to be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy this rebuild. If you did, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.